Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. I think OP absolutely did the right thing in our first story. It's so rare anymore to have someone take responsibility for anything, especially if it means paying for something. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. You break it, you buy it. Unless you don't. I had a rough day today. Our cash register broke. After I fixed it, a mistype charged a customer $2,920 instead of $29.20, only in the cash register and not the credit card machine. So I spent a good 30 minutes voiding that transaction in the register. Difficulty level? Expert. Because after a certain amount of money, around $2,500, you're unable to cancel a transaction and have to charge it through and void it, etc., etc. This is while also helping other customers in the store. It was busy. I wanted to lock myself in the bathroom and take a nap. The store I work at is literally filled to the brim with merch. We're packed. 85% of our clientele are repeat customers. I know their names and faces. They know my name and treat me like a human being. It's extremely pleasant, but extremely hectic and busy. Anyway, this woman who's a semi-regular had come in and ordered probably $300 of monogrammed items for graduation presents, and on her way out, her purse knocked into a ceramic pitcher. It fell over and shattered. Our policy isn't necessarily you break it, you buy it, since we're a mom and pop store, so it really depends on the customer. Charging a customer for a broken item is completely discretionary on whoever's in charge that day. So usually up to me, since I've been at the store the longest of the current employees and the owner of the store took today off. So this woman knocks a pitcher over, it shatters on the floor. Huge crash, hundreds of little bitty pieces. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. She starts to pick up the broken pieces. I grab a broom and come over to sweep it up. My bag must have bumped into it and knocked it over. I feel terrible. I'm so sorry, she says. Ma'am, with the amount of items we have in the store, it's bound to happen every so often. Don't worry about it. I hope it wasn't expensive. How much do I owe y'all? Nothing, ma'am. It was obviously an accident, and it's only around $30, so it's not that big a deal. Really, let me pay for it. Ma'am, the fact that you're helping me clean it up is so refreshing that there's no way I'm going to charge you for this. Are you sure? Yes, really. Thank you for helping me. Have a great day. I'm finished sweeping it up, and she's out the door. I grab a box to put the broken pieces in and throw the whole thing in the dumpster, and just as I get back inside, the phone rings. I answer. It's the same woman. I just really wanted to say once again how sorry I am that I broke that pitcher. I know it was an accident, and you said it was fine, but I'm really more than happy to pay for it. Ma'am, I'm going to be completely honest with you. When things get broken in the store, I'm the one that decides on the you break it, you buy it policy. Not only was this a complete accident, but you didn't try to hide that you'd broken something. You even helped me clean it up. You have to understand that never happens. After the start of my day today, how you responded to breaking something was so unbelievably refreshing and kind, there's no way I'm going to charge you. You're the type of customer I'm happy to do things like this for. She thanked me again, told me she appreciated it. I had a smile on my face for the rest of the day. It's the little things. Nice people make the world go round. Good on you. Good for her. And our second story. Oops, sorry, that deal just expired. Oh, and you're banned. So I work in an internet cafe. This is basically just an online gambling place. You give me money, I put internet time on your account. As a bonus, you get free points to play games. If you do well on our games, then you can redeem the points for cash money. I spend most of my day surfing the internet, serving drinks and snacks, cleaning up, and of course, adding more time on for customers. We have some great deals in order to attract more customers, and one of those deals is the early bird. The first 15 customers from 9 to 11 a.m. get an extra $5 worth of internet time every Wednesday and Saturday. There's also a no refund policy. Once we put that money on your account, we can't take it off. This is written in 4 different places at our register, not to mention on the door as you come in and at every computer. Most of these baddies deserve to be banned, and I talked to my bosses about inappropriate behavior. They told me if someone abuses me, like curses me out and makes a scene and is a real problem, then I can temporarily ban them for a week. Almost every day, my single most disrespectful customer, Cheeks, I call her this because she looks like a chipmunk, will come in and simply trash the place. Crush chips under her feet for fun, spill drinks everywhere, be incredibly loud, throw garbage everywhere, the works. Lately, though, she's only been coming in when she can get a good deal. Ladies' Day and the early bird. But she's sneaky about getting that early bird. She'll come in at 10:50, get the extra, ask me for chips and drinks, take crackers and a whole bunch of candy, then leave. Not that there's anything really wrong with that, except she brings herself and 4 other friends in to do the same thing, all taking snacks for the ride home, therefore taking that deal away from 5 people who would have come in and played for hours and tipped me. So yesterday, I get a call from her asking if the deal was still on. I did a head count, 11 people had gotten the deal. I told her, yes, of course, until 11. I knew she'd pile up her van with 4 people. Cool. Not 20 minutes later, her car pulls up and they all make their way in slowly. But what so? Instead of heading straight to the register, she headed straight for the candy bowl to get first pick of the snacks. She always complains when her friends get the Snickers first and there's none left for her. So her 4 cronies came up to the cash register first. I gave them all the deal. So that's 11 plus 4 equals 15. I get them all their drinks and snacks and they go outside to wait for Cheeks to drive them all home. Best part of my day right here. Cheeks, she comes up to me with her hands full of candy, hands me her $20, I put it in. I get that early bird, right? Me, oh, I'm sorry, as you can see there are 11 people here right now, and your 4 friends you brought, that makes 15. I can't give you the deal. Cheeks, what do you mean you can't give me the deal? I came here specifically to get that deal. I want my money back. Me, well, your 4 friends all had gotten it. You were just the last person. Unfortunately, I'm under strict orders from my boss that the limit is 15 people. I can't just go giving $5 to just everybody. What'd be the point of the deal then? Plus, you can clearly read all of our signs. There's no refund. Boy, did that set her off. Cheeks, I want my money back. Insert every swear word and insult you know and a few made-up ones. You lied to me on the phone. I asked you if it was still on, and you told me it was. You lying. Again, the insults, etc. I just looked at her very calmly till she was gone, and then when she got quiet, I shot her that, anything else you'd like to add, look? Which set her off on another 5-minute tirade. When it was all said and done, I told her exactly what I thought. Me. When you called, you never asked how many people were here, just if it was still on, and it was. I gave the deal to as many people as I could, which were the 4 friends that you brought with you. If you'd been first, I would have given it to you. Instead, however, you wanted to pick through the candy so your friends couldn't have them. And after everything you've said to me, I'm going to have to ask you to leave and not come back. You've been banned until the end of next week. I hope in that time you'll learn to treat people better. If you don't leave immediately, I'm going to call the police. Speechless, she was dumbfounded. I don't think she's ever had anyone talk to her that way or tell her to GTFO. She reached for some crackers and all I said was, no, leave now. So satisfying. You played that extremely well, and I'm glad you finally got a chance to defend yourself and kick her out. A week's better than nothing. And our last story. Lawyer, I'll represent your case after you give me your child. Apparently, this was a real court case that broke out a few years ago, but surprisingly got hardly any media attention. EL equals entitled lawyer, Laura equals wife, Mark equals husband, ELD equals entitled lawyer's daughter, SIL equals son-in-law. About a month ago, entitled lawyer was representing Mark in a divorce case in Oklahoma. At one point, EL went to visit Laura, who was pregnant and in jail for unrelated criminal charges, to sign a waiver saying she didn't need to appear in court for the divorce. Laura also had an older child living at home and had signed additional documents giving up custody of said child that Laura would not be awarded visitation to her older child, and Laura would have to pay child support. It was also confirmed that Mark was not the father of Laura's unborn baby. After the divorce was settled, Entitled Lawyer contacted Laura for further discussions regarding her upcoming baby. EL was going to represent Laura in an application for judicial review, as in having the Supreme Court look into it. At one point, EL offered to let Entitled Lawyer daughter take care of her new baby until Laura was out of jail. Eventually, Laura gave birth to a baby boy and agreed to assign temporary guardianship to Entitled Lawyer daughter and son-in-law. Little did she realize that ELD would go on to turn this temporary guardianship into permanent custody right under Laura's nose. It started with ELD and SIL calling the baby by a different name instead of what Laura chose. EL later filed a petition for guardianship on behalf of ELD and SIL. A judge granted this petition and even allowed Entitled Lawyer's family to make plans to fully adopt Laura's baby as their son. EL let Laura know about this, and it even told her that they were going to keep the name they wanted because they believed he shouldn't be named after the biological father. The judge also denied EL's previous application to give Laura's criminal history judicial review. Meanwhile, ELD and SIL filed a separate petition without Laura's consent and used a different lawyer other than Entitled Lawyer. Laura was devastated that she'd been deceived like this. What was supposed to be a safe haven for her child turned into a lawyer's version of Rumpelstiltskin. Laura filed her own petition to modify the guardianship, claiming that EL had lied to her, that she had no idea that this was going to be permanent, and had no plans to give her son up for adoption whatsoever. Shortly after, Laura was released from jail, and the judge for her case threw Entitled Lawyer and Entitled Lawyer's daughter's petitions for adoption right out the window, describing it as the most dishonest, deceitful, and unethical behavior he'd seen in years. In the end, Laura was reunited with her baby boy, while Entitled Lawyer was forced to resign and was stripped of her license. I can't believe that this lawyer literally just broke the law. They're supposed to uphold the law and enact justice. But this particular Entitled Lawyer really just ruined her own reputation. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.